Do 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 do. All right, that was a fucking boring day, huh? That was a boring day. MOPEX, so could be more the same all week. What's interesting is banks. So I'll keep saying it because it's just true. Is that today every time the S&P upticked, Apple downticked. Till the end of the day, Apple kind of rallied a little bit. It turns out Buffett bought more Apple, and because it's the best run company in the history of the market, and people still want to short it, but they'll just keep getting smoked because you don't short the best name in the market. Anytime there's a flight to safety, they're going to go to Apple. But that's just another thing. Rumble came out with earnings. I was just kind of looking them over. And in true form, they dumped the stock. It's down, it's trading 926 down, about 6.5%. Just couple key metrics. Revenue increased 336% in the quarter. 300 million more minutes watched in this quarter. They added top YouTuber, game streamer, IShowSpeed, and Twitch's most subscribed streamer, Kai. David Sachs is joining the board. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not a big Sachs guy. 17.6 mil in revenue compared to 4 last quarter. Increase in minutes of 3%. Hours of uploaded video per day increased 82%. More and more content. Monthly active users increased 17%. That's to 48 million compared to 41 in the first quarter. Let's see. Cash balance at 326 mil. What is the I should know this already, but I don't. What's the market cap on this thing currently? 2.5 billion. Okay. That's good for me. Bunch of updates to their performance. Exclusively managed Steven Crowder's content. Mugshot Club, which includes Brian Callen, Nick Piola, Mr. Guns and Gears, and former host Jim Brewer. Crowder's got 1.2 million followers on Rumble. Dan Bongino's coming back, doing a live show. So the bottom line is more good numbers, more growth, more execution. Revs are up big. Cost of services are up pretty big too, but they did just sign a bunch of people, which is, they're kind of buying market share right now. So as long as they don't keep that going at an extreme measure and volume keeps increasing elsewhere, they should be just fine. Market. The webcast is at 4 today, so in 35 minutes. Probably listen to it. I walk the dog, so I'm not gonna listen to it on here. But they can't hate this name forever. That's just the bottom line. They just can't do it. In Culper's short report, I hope that guy gets fucking stretchered on his position. Pretty sick of that nutbag. So Rump, I think it's still sitting above 9, which is nice. Hopefully the call goes well, and we could see this thing finally fucking move higher out of this 9 range. I want to see it back at like 13 and have some fun around there for a while, not fight 10 forever. Let's see. Google's on one. AI. Short squeeze alert. AI. The news on this one was some stupid short report earlier, but they beat earnings. Shocker, absolute shocker. I don't understand some people. I just don't. Try to pull this up here, but on track to beat guidance in the fiscal fourth quarter and a boost artificial intelligence software providers aims for profitability. Operating loss of 23.7 to 23.9 million compared to previous guidance of 24 to 28. So under. Revenue of 32 to 70, sorry, not 32, 72.1 to 72.5 million, which is higher than guidance of 70 to 72. Lost 15 mil on revenue of 66 mil. We are positioned to accelerate growth, gain market share, attain sustainable non-GAAP profitability, and establish a market-leading position globally in enterprise AI. Full year 2024 will be exciting. Shares are up 7%. Stock is up 74%. Closed 43 deals in the quarter, and that's consumption-based pricing model continues to be well received by customers. The switch from subscription-based pricing model has been a focus of skepticism for analysts who said it will likely be a drag on revenue growth. The company says it continues to be on track to be profitable on a non-GAAP or adjusted basis by the end of fiscal 2024. Market is forward-looking, so statements like that, they buy it today thinking tomorrow it'll be profitable, and the proverbial tomorrow, not tomorrow. If they're on that path, you buy it today, and then if they start missing their marks, then that's when you start selling it. If they keep hitting their marks, it keeps going up. That's how the market works. This thing could squeeze. I mean, today was massive day for it. 4 points, 24%. Up against resistance. I could see this thing printing another 4 tomorrow. That volume was mass. Do a similar run it did in January. It popped. Probably sit tomorrow, then run 2 more days. Although I'm not so sure it sits tomorrow. I mean, everything about that daily looks sexy. If it can get above 25.50, I think it can probably run back to 30 pretty quick. AI, congrats, guys. I hate this company with a burning passion, but Upstart UPST had a big day and a potential short squeeze. This news was, I think they raised. What'd they do? They raised, I think. I think they did a bond offering. They had earnings last week that were pretty shitty, but I hate clickbait. Anyways, I think they did a bond offering at $4 billion. I think it sold out in like a day. So I think they're gonna be pretty set with cash. This is not. Never mind. This is not AI companies. Some of these headlines are so dumb. Yeah, so Upside reported global alternative investment manager Castlelake has made an agreement with the AI-based lending marketplace company to purchase up to $4 billion in consumer installment loans. So that's what they did. So they sold some of their loans. That's even better. That's way better. Poor performance loans would be nice. Not quite sure. There's no info on that yet, but this one's also a squeeze candidate. Today was a massive pop. Above all sorts of resistance today. If it gets through 2198, it can print 26 pretty quick. And if by some grace of God it gets above that, 30's next with a high of 39. This one could be a rocket ship as well. I will say, usually when you start seeing short squeezes all the way around the market, it's usually bad news going forward. Market looks to short shit companies. So when they start short squeezing, that's covering. And if they're covering their shorts, they're probably going to be covering longs too. Or selling longs. It's de-risk. That's what it is. So keep an eye on that. Nonix down 2 days in a row. I could see a little more downside. 17 should probably hold. I'd hate to see this back under 16. Might get a little feisty under there, but we sold a few days ago for a nice little chunk of change. I think we're up 75% in like 2 weeks. De-risk, we'll buy some back a little bit later. But I still think that's a $116 stock at some point. Oh, FinTwit still like to shit on Michael Berry, who bought a bunch of regional banks. I don't know why, but yeah, I think that's about a Monday for us here. Keep it light, keep it fresh. Not much went on today. Slappy was back in the market relatively early today, but then finally cooled down later in the day. But I'm getting pretty sick of that move. It makes it tough to trade when the guy comes out of nowhere and just sells 2,500 shares at the market in ES. Knocks it down 5 points. Alright, that's it for me. Everything else is pretty stable. Bitcoin, nice little bounce. Chips are flying. Nvidia, if this thing can ever get above 292, it's going to 300 quickly. Meta, fucking assholes. Meta should have done this last week. Touch 240. Been calling for 242 for 2 weeks now, and last week was the biggest horseshit moves I've ever seen in my life. Fucking assholes. So that's it. Keep an eye on Meta tomorrow. If it gets above 242, it can rip to 250 pretty quick. So those are my top of my list tomorrow for trading. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Be good. Be safe. See you in the morning. Okay, love you. Bye.